Hi, I'm Steve Phillips from Strike King Europe. You might have seen about the place that we launched a load of new products into the market. All of them coming from America, but perfect for the European market. And in the UK, that means pike, that means perch, and that means zander. Now, you might have seen some of them already out there catching fish. Our guys have been fishing with them and they're catching loads. But I wanted to talk to you in this video about two kind of oddball lures, but ones that I think will be highly effective across all waters that we have in Europe. The first is the Strike King Chunk, which is a creature bait but with a really small body, very different to the other creature baits that we have. And then there's the Shim-E-Stick, which is basically a big worm bait which can be used in a number of ways, and there's loads of different facets to this that we'll talk about. So let's take a closer look at these two and work out how they can catch you more fish. So first off, we'll have a look at the Shim-E-Stick. Now, in America, they love these for the bass. They look like what they call night crawlers, which we call worms. And this one, specifically for the UK market, looks like a very big lob worm. It's even got the saddle in the middle, which separates out the two ridge sections of the lure. Now, one great thing about the Shim-E-Stick is just how heavy it is. It is a soft plastic, but it's impregnated with lots of salt. So like many other Strike King lures, it's got lots of weight to it in terms of it's not just the plastic that's giving it weight in there. So when you can rig one of these up without a weight, so just stick it on a drop shot hook or fish it on a wacky hook or whatever, there's plenty of casting weight there, even without a jig head or whatever other weight you want to use on it. So that's one benefit. That salt content as well also makes it taste to the fish when they hit it, make it taste a bit more natural. So instead of having that plasticky flavour, which might put them off from holding on to a lure for a little bit longer, that salt content will give that extra couple of milliseconds or a second or whatever for them to hold on to that lure when they hit it, and then you can feel it down your braid, smack into it and catch a fish. What the salt also does for you is it gives it a very different action. It's so soft. When a soft plastic is impregnated with salt, it really does make it a lot softer, so you've got so much more wiggle. With the resistance of the water, that thing flaps around and looks really lively and very tempting to a predatory fish. Talking of the action, you'll see on here that you've got ridges all the way down either side of where the worm saddle would be. So if you're fishing this wacky on a drop shot, that is where I put the hook there, and these things will react to the water pressure and water resistance and give you loads of action on the ridges, giving it that shimmy in the water, which it's named after. One of the other things you can do with this, if the size of it puts you off, I mean, that's a good meal for a big perch or for a zander, and pike will hit these as well. But what you can do with them is chop them in half just below that saddle, and then you'll have a Ned style rig. If you're sticking that on one of the Strike King Ned heads, that makes a really nice Ned style lure. The Strike King Shim-E-Stick is going to be coming over to Europe in a range of colours. There's plenty of options to go for, and that includes cinnamon blue, green pumpkin chartreuse swirl, watermelon chartreuse swirl, watermelon chartreuse laminate, watermelon black flake, green pumpkin and smoky shad. But my favourites are the ones with the glitter that's impregnated into the body. So you can see the red flake on that and the blue and purple flake on that. When that catches the light, especially with these ribs, when that shimmies along, it really does look like a glitter ball effect. It's great, and in clear water when you've got sunlight, it can make a real difference there. So that's something to think about with the 8 colours. Definitely get some of these glitter ones into your lure bag. The Strike King Chunk. Now, as you can see, this is a creature bait, and it's a different kind of creature bait because it's got a very small body on it and really oversized claws. So they make a lot of movement when you're moving that through the water, especially with the Rage designed flange on the claw there. What that does is catches the water because it's at 90 degrees to the flat of the claw, catches the water, and that water resistance just sends those claws all over the place for a real random action. Now, the reason this has got a small body is because it's actually designed as a trailer. So you put that on the back of a chatterbait or a spinnerbait, and that'd sit on the hook with all the skirt going, and that'd give you loads of action out the back end. But the other great thing about this is it can be fished on a jig head or a very small offset hook. And if you're after finicky fish, you know, perch that have seen a lot of lures, even zander that have seen a lot of lures, the size of this body allows you to fish it a little bit more delicately. It's more of a finesse creature bait, but still with the massive claws. So it's a kind of halfway house really. You still got lots of action, but you can fish it finesse. The Strike King Rage Chunk is available in 4 different colours. There's the Summer Craw, Blue Craw, Hard Candy and Black Neon. The Strike King Chunk is produced in high quality soft plastic, so it's really durable. You get plenty of action out of one of these before it gives up the ghost and you have to move on to your next one. It's available in 4 colours that we're bringing out across Europe. Lots of different options, more natural ones, more contrasting ones, but the main thing is there's loads of action in these. Give them a go. They're brilliant little lures that, again, like the Shim-E-Stick, just a little bit different. They give you that little bit of an edge, whereas other ones the fish might have seen a few times before are less likely to hit them. So for finicky fish, give them a go.